You know, we're always working hard trying to think of what's next. What's next in us trying to help your day be a little easier and run a little smoother? What's next in us trying to help you to not only grow your ministry, but increase the impact and influence it has in the community around you? What's next in not just getting resources in the hands of your leaders and yourself, but also into the hands of your students? And and what's next in ways that we can integrate the tools that we have that many of you are using so that they work better together to better serve you. And we feel like this latest update we're rolling out is going to do all of those things. And so I want to take a second to show it to you. So we have disciplenowcurriculum.com where we sell our full event packages where you get a study, artwork, t-shirt artwork, promotional materials, all the things you need to run. For us, what we call a Disciple Now, you may call it a retreat weekend, or if you're doing a camp, mission trip, whatever the case may be, you get those tools and resources in a very streamlined, easy to use, downloadable package. Okay. And then we also have the Youth Ministry Cloud here where you can track attendance, take data, communicate, do automated follow up. And we've realized that we believe these two tools can work hand in hand. And so we're bringing them together. And I want to show you a little bit of how it works. So the first thing is that once you purchase a Disciple Now curriculum package from us, okay, that's going to get loaded into the Youth Ministry Cloud. And so what happens is once you get your leaders and students added in, okay, or more importantly, once you contact me and I help you import and load your leaders and students in, then they're going to be able to access their Disciple Now resources. Now think about what that means for you. That means no buying books, no printing and making copies, right? No having to scramble for more books because a kid showed up the day of the event. And so you save a lot of time and a lot of resources. But the other thing that's great is when you think about it, what is something your kids aren't going to lose? They're not going to lose a device, right? And so these tools and these resources can stay with them so that they can pull them back up. You can refer back to them. You can have your small group leaders refer back to them. And so basically, here's what happens. So you log in, or your leaders log in to the Youth Ministry Cloud, and they've got this leader resources section. And when they do that, they're going to see their study package, whatever it is that you purchased. Okay. Now, if you're an admin, so you set yourself as an admin, you can also have your download materials link, which we've already sent to you. But you also have your lessons, and they can sit here and pull them up. They can highlight them and then take notes. Okay. Great point, whatever the case may be. Then they can go back and they can edit those or remove them. And so they get an interactive digital version of that curriculum where, again, they store notes on the device, they can pull up, they can teach, and they're good to go. Now, you may have noticed we have some other resources in there. So here's what else you can do. We have this ministry admin console, okay, where we have all this church info. You may be wondering why. I'll tell you in a little bit. But you can also go over these little resources and you can create resource categories for your leaders. So maybe for your event, all right, you create one for the event schedule and you push that out. And so they can sit there and they can pull that up on their phone as they need it. Some rules and some things you want them to discuss with the host home, whatever the case may be. And so you can do that as well. Okay. Now, you can also click this on or off to push this out to a custom ministry subdomain. Okay. So for example, I have this here. This is just an example of a subdomain that we create for you as part of this whole package, to where you have a place that you can promote your church, but you can also create posts about your event. And you can see it works on desktop or mobile versions, everything's fully responsive. And so you could create info about your upcoming events, maybe the schedule of D Now. You can also create posts with forms for signups, registration, things like that. There's a gospel track if you want it. So those kids visit, they get the gospel. But here's the other cool thing. They can log in, okay? It's gonna welcome the kid, and guess what? Their curriculum shows up just like your leaders, and they can access, take notes just the same way. You also have the option to go into these subdomain app resources and create either public resources, means things they don't have to log in for, or private resources, things they do have to log in for. So maybe there's extra devotional or discipleship materials you want to push out to them for later on. You can do that. Maybe you want to put their schedule out there or info for parents. You can do that, and they can pull it up from their device quickly, easily, smoothly. And so not only do you get an all-in-one package, you get a simple, streamlined way to push out those resources. Now, here's the other great thing. As you create those leaders and create those groups, they can take attendance, they can do some follow-up and communication, or maybe to the groups that you assign them to. Maybe you even have them kind of reach out beforehand so those kind of connections start happening. And at least their students have an idea of who their leader is going to be when they show up, and it just gives them that extra step ahead. You can communicate and post out and schedule emails, schedule text, audio messages, picture messages to help promote your event as you lead up to it. And so what happens is not only do you get a whole bunch of tools to run your event, you also get a whole bunch of tools to promote and prepare for your event. And then better yet, you've got tools in place to help with the discipleship process after your event's over if you choose that you want to continue to use the Youth Ministry Cloud. Now, if you're already a Youth Ministry Cloud subscriber, it may be even a little simpler for you. You've already got your students in, you're already tracking your data, you've got your group set up. You purchase one of our Disciple Now study packages, we get that curriculum loaded in for you, and you're good to go. And then you can keep that curriculum loaded, those lessons loaded, and then you can continue to use those for as long as you choose. We're really excited about this. We hope this makes your ministry better. We hope this strengthens the way you can do discipleship with your students. And not that we're changing anything. Discipleship is still about relationships, but we're saying, you know what? We have 21st century tools that make it easier for us to get resources in our students' hands. So as we're having those relationships, we know they're going to have those tools and resources with them that we can talk about and help them grow. And then also we hope this helps your events to be even better, your ministries to grow, your impact on the kingdom to continue to grow. If you've got questions, let us know if we can help you with uploading kids, setting up groups, anything. If you need some new features for the day-to-day or for your event, let us know. We love to talk about those things and help to improve this to better serve you.